Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining me on our podcast. It's a long name, so I'm not going to say it, but this is part of Slice of Healthcare's podcast names. Um, I'm here today with Tatiana Fofanova, the co-founder and CEO at Koda Health. It's been a while since you've been on the podcast. Excited to reconnect. You and I we were at Health together, so I saw you there. But just great to see you again.
Yeah, super great to see you again, Jared.
I'm excited for you and the team on your recent I think it was 3.5 million seed funding that just was recently announced.
Yep, we're excited too. A little tired, but definitely excited.
Yeah, no, I remember talking with you at Health, and the process was really, I think, either kicking off or just starting to really come together and quickly. So it's great to see things come to fruition. But I'd love to talk more about that today. This is short and sweet. These are just quick conversations to kind of get your uh, kind of hear your thought process on the raise. But I'd love if you could first tell the audience that maybe hasn't heard of Coda Health. Give us the quick description, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the raise.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Koda Health is a B2B company. We sell to health systems, providers, payers, and basically what we do is we have a tech platform that navigates their patients through proactive advanced care planning conversations, much the same way a trained palliative care physician would navigate it, but we do it digitally. And as patients go through the platform, we capture all of their responses to generate the necessary medical and legal documents they need to protect their care, which they can instantly notarize, virtually notarize, and e-witness right then and there on the platform, making this a fundamental legal, medical, and conversational process available to everyone, regardless of their socioeconomic status or background.
I always love your description, and it's so concise, it's so perfect, and it gives you such a great snapshot. You give like the perfect snapshot when you explain Coda Health. Um, so that's my praise, my compliment. If we could talk a little bit about, so let's talk about the raise. Who ended up leading the round, and then who else participated?
Absolutely. So we closed a $3.5 million seed raise led by Ecliptic out of Austin. They are phenomenal partners, extremely founder friendly. Additional sort of large scale participants were Sigma's, Headwater, CRCM, several follow on investors, and we made sure to carve out a proportion of the round for angel investors because as our stage, it's really important to have that alignment.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, that's a great group of investors that you brought into the fold. And it's always cool when you can have a portion allocated for angels that are able to come in as well, because especially if they're high quality and they're able to get you in front of the right people. Um, I think I know a couple too. So like if it's who I think they are, you have some really good angels too. Um, Now, I would like to kind of learn a little bit that you're willing to share areas of focus post raise, like areas you're either investing into or trying to expand upon within Coda Health.
Yeah, absolutely. So our first focus is going to be talent, right? So thus far, we've really focused on building the product, demonstrating the value, researching for providing case studies, and really expanding into markets that are in select regions. But now that we've really proved out that our platform works, it drives equity of access in advanced care planning and healthcare. Our goal is to focus on growth and scaling. So to do that, we need to bring in new blood, so to speak. So we're focusing on talent. We're bringing in sales leaders, marketing leaders, clinical implementation leaders that mean that we can bring in more clients and serve more people at the same time, or get into that growth stage a lot more efficiently. We're also focusing on nationwide access. So this will allow us to expand our platform into all 50 states. Each state has their own regulations on how these conversations have to be done, how the legal documents have to be created or notarized. And this will allow us to proactively expand into all 50 and expand into multiple languages, really reducing the additional barriers that we might be encountering. And I think the last major focus for us is one that is pretty consistent across our journey thus far, which is research and continuous improvement and development, right? So Koda as a platform is already miles better than the standard of care, but that doesn't really mean we can, dust off our hands and stop working or stop trying. We're constantly trying to improve user experience and improve patient engagement and satisfaction, as well as drive value and insights towards our commercial partners.
And what's kind of next for, obviously you have to expand into these areas, but are you currently, obviously I'm guessing you are, but are you currently hiring for what roles, and do you want to mention any here to kind of, because this will be listened to very shortly by everyone that is checking it out.
Yeah. So we are currently actively hiring for 5 roles, which is fun. The ones I'd like to highlight here, I think, are a director of sales role. We need extra sets of hands. We've got a lot of inbound coming in, and we need to be able to actually execute on that. So we're looking for a director of sales that has both healthcare and software experience, sort of that perfect unicorn of an individual, as well as a clinical implementation specialist of some sort or leader who can help us create sort of repeatable processes for scaling into multiple enterprise organizations at the same time. And outside of those 2 roles, we're looking at marketing leaders, a number of BDRs, patient support associates, things like that. Really, again, focused on bringing in more patients into the fold as quickly as possible.
Super exciting for you. I'm so happy for you and the team, and I can't wait to hopefully have you come back on in the next let's say couple of months, maybe towards the end of 2022, just to kind of hear how things are going and how things really kicked off post raise. But always a pleasure reconnecting with you and being able to hear more about how the company's going, how you're doing, and look forward to reconnecting again real soon.
Absolutely.